What is the future of this world in terms of geopolitics? Will borders exist in the future, or will the world simply be a big global village, as many says, or will there be something else? Well, right now the future of the world is up for grabs. We don't know in what direction things will go. Currently, as we see, big tech companies are slowly but steadily encroaching upon the sovereignty of nations. So, for example, you have something like Twitter, which is trying to dictate what people can say and cannot say within the geographical sovereign region of India. So, they have come into our nation via the internet, and they are trying to regulate how we speak and how and what kind of discussions we can have. So this is a direct challenge on the sovereignty of India and of every other nation. Recently, I believe Facebook said that Australian users would no longer be allowed to use Facebook because of some law that the government of Australia passed. And I think the Australian government had to retract that law. So these big tech companies are able to exert pressure on sovereign governments, and they are trying to bring themselves or position themselves at the same level as sovereign governments. So Twitter would like to have a dialogue with the Indian government about what constitutes free speech. So this shows you that sovereignty is in danger of crumbling, and the entire geopolitical system that we have may soon become obsolete because of the intrusive presence of big tech companies and social media and all that. So that would be one way of making borders obsolete. The second thing that could happen would be that the entire world becomes just one culture once again, because of the pervasive nature of internet and the social media. So you have all these narratives that are funded by billions of dollars of money, and you see these hashtags everywhere and these narratives everywhere, and people are beginning to imbibe these foreign notions, whatever they are. So slowly, this is a form of social engineering that is being done online, and it is very effective. So that could again make borders obsolete, and if there is a future conflict, that could also make the world and the borders obsolete. So right now things are up for grabs. Geopolitically, it's a time of great churn. Right now, the supremacy of the West is declining. The West is in decline. It has lost its moorings, so to say. Uh, there used to be a certain way of thought that the West is civilizationally and morally and economically and militarily superior to the East. So that has long since crumbled, and so the world is currently in a phase of great upheaval, and this decade could definitely be one of the most important decades in geopolitics, because the situation that we are in right now, the world has changed a lot in the past 1.5 years. It has changed beyond what we could have imagined in 2019, and this is most likely something that has been engineered. And the world's GDP is declining. Uh, most big nations are seeing that GDP decline. China's GDP is shooting up. So there is definitely a bid for global supremacy that we are witnessing in real time right now. So the future of the world is up for grabs. I think, will there be a conflict in the near future? There could be. I believe China may very well invade Taiwan within the next 5 to 10 years, and once it will do that once it is convinced that the West is no longer in a position to interfere or to stop them. And once China captures Taiwan, then their navy will be free to come eastwards, or sorry, to come westwards, which is in the Indian Ocean region. And unfortunately, India has done nothing to create a blue water navy. A couple of submarines doesn't cut the bill by far. So yeah, things are changing, and let's see how it goes. There's a lot which could happen in the near future.